welcome back to my channel. So today I want to give you an update what I've done with my Louis Vuitton my Louis Vuitton Agenda and the graphite canvas. This is the men's version canvas, but reason why I chose this as per my unboxing video or my reveal video, I forget which one, but reason why I chose this is because I didn't want my agenda to look flashy, and I don't know, I think this looks a little bit more professional rather than having large LVs everywhere. That's just my my preference, just for the agenda, although I love monogram canvas for handbags and such. So anyway, so I decided to make my own paper refills, or agenda refills or journal refills, whatever you can call it, strictly for the reason because I've seen this year's, or next year's actually, 2016's agenda refills or inserts from Louis Vuitton, and they honestly, they weren't. And I've seen like on YouTube past videos of or past agenda refills from other people on YouTube and Instagram, and they look so much better. They come with maps, rulers, colorful stickers and everything. But this year or next year's, the current one that's coming out right now for next year, is all black and white, and it just seems like Louis Vuitton did not want to put in the effort to put anything creative in their inserts. So, and plus they were like $140 Canadian, like that's insane just for paper. So I went to the art supply store and also Staples. That's where I got majority of these items from, mostly from the art store because I had to kind of like cut my own holes and whatever. So, but it was no problem. I mean, I went to the art store and I grabbed a sketchbook that was 4 by 6 inches, and it was coil bound, and it did have holes in it already. So what I actually did, I'll just turn it over just to make it more visually easier, was I cut in between some of these squares just to make one large hole so that the rings inside the agenda would fit, and and it actually did fit. I did it for both sides because there's only 3 rings at the top, 3 rings at the bottom, and then there's nothing in the center for the refill, or in the agenda holes. So that's what I did, and I'll show you how like what it looks like. So this is it. So I have a cover page here. I decided to make a cover page just because I think it looks a little bit more professional, a little bit, it makes it more prettier, and as all agendas do, they do come with a cover page. So the cover page here has two pages. So the first page here is like in an acetate paper. So I measured the size paper that I got the sketchbook in, and I cut the long holes in. So, and then I went on Google and I searched this picture up. It's a Louis Vuitton trunk with flowers in it, and I printed this on matte photo paper on my own printer. So again, like, I'm not selling this or anything. I'm just telling you how I did this, and so yeah, as you can see, it's just on photo paper here, and then on the back here, so yeah, as you can see, it's photo paper on the back, but whatever. So and because there's, like, you can see the photo paper company name in the back, I made the second cover page here where it says this journal belongs to Catherine. That's my full name, and it has my last name on there, and I just hand wrote that there. So just to make it look a little bit more professional. And this paper here is in gray cardstock that I got from the art store. And then the next are just blank pages where I write down my daily, like, thoughts, or I write down in small, very short form, like 2-sentence paragraphs, that like what I did today, how I felt today, all in like colorful writing and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna let you see everything, but I did on each of these pages that I write on, I write a little blurb on. I do write like or draw like little pictures there or whatever, just to kind of keep it fun. And I do it all in colored pens. And then the second page here, I just have I right after I do a little blurb of what I did today and a little like the little paragraph thing. I write or I just randomly roughly sketch things on here in here. This here is of a bunny shoe that I saw on Instagram and I actually saw in person. I think it's from, I really don't know how to pronounce the designer's name. It's called Giovanni Rossi or something like that. So that's where I got this image from, and I thought this is really cool. This is a really nice picture, and I just colored the shoe in different colors than what the shoe actually comes out in. And then I wrote a little blurb here because I thought this image was kind of pretty powerful, even though the shoe, like on the Instagram, that's not what this image was portraying. But I gave it my own spin and I said shine in the present, then wallow in the past. I just did it in cursive writing just to make it, you know, fun and fancy or whatever. And I'm going to be calling this series like the Luxe Fashion because I do love luxury and I do like, you know, fashion itself. And then after the second page, I always have a lined piece of paper here that, you know, for extra space where I need to write more stuff, even if it's just like random, like jot point form of stuff. That's what I do there. And that just continues, and then there is a half mark break in the agenda here where I actually did another photo paper or print another image on photo paper at home. These are the Louis Vuitton handbag monogram classics here. And my printers, whenever I print on this paper, it always seems to print kind of faded. Which I actually kind of like because it does give it that vintage kind of look, and that's kind of what I'm kind of going for in this agenda or this journal here because, you know, as you saw from the first cover page, it is kind of like that vintage kind of look, girly type look. And then so the layout of the two blank pages and the lined paper continue, and at the very end, I have acetate paper again, and then I do have like a little back cover little image here. It's the same as the front, but this time it's actually hand drawn. So again, it's just a random image I found on Google. So I just printed that on photo paper at home. And then I grabbed the same color cardstock, gray cardstock paper, and I just, you know, cut that out with the holes just to make, just to perfectly finish the book off. And then I just have another like little zippy pouch, plastic zippy pouch here for when I need to store, I don't know, tickets or personal things in here that don't really belong in the pockets that are provided in this agenda. And then I just have the extra little lined paper inserts just in case I need to add more paper in this. And then that's pretty much it. And I just have like random blank pieces of paper here for when I, you know, feel like I want to draw more or whatever. And then I just have my little Hello Kitty Swarovski pen here. There's the Hello Kitty. And this is actually a smaller size than the typical Swarovski pens that Swarovski has. And this is as big as it gets. These pens, it has a pretty nice like depth and width to them, so but they also fit into the little pen holder that this agenda provides. And then yeah, that's basically about it. I know some of my paper is like kind of peeking out there, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. So, I mean, you can't really notice it. It just makes the agenda look like it's stuffed. But really, it's not really. So yeah, that is how I made it. I just in in all, I just took a sketchbook from the art store, uncoiled it, took the paper out, and I just cut the little holes here, just so that it fits on the rings. And then I went to Staples, got paper notepads and that little pouch to put in, and that's basically it. I mean, the only really design thing I did was just add in these simple pictures of Louis Vuitton stuff in here, and then and the reason why I didn't like jazz it up so much with like the fancy line paper and tape and whatever is because I want this to be very, very simplistic, and that's kind of what a sketchbook slash journal should be, is very simple, not too like crazy, not too colorful, but just kept very, very simplified. And that's how I want to want to design my little books here. And I might even like publish, or not publish, but like keep these pages kind of like as references to what I've done this whole year, or what I felt this whole year, just as a recollection for myself. And yeah, I mean, I really do love this little piece. And in the beginning, I feel guilty for like even thinking about this, but I even said to myself, who would want a really expensive designer agenda cover? Just a cover, it doesn't even have paper. Like, who would want this? And I finally realized I've come to the point where I can't, I don't know, I need something physically to write on, because I don't know, I just feel better, I feel more organized, and I don't know, it also helps beat times if I'm ever like bored or whatever as well, because I can just draw in this as well. So that's really it. I mean, you guys can make your own inserts. What I did was I measured the heck out of this. I did lots of trial and error, because I find when you open it, the pages do look like they fit perfectly because they meet up exactly at the pen, right? But then when you fold it, the pages kind of go forward a little bit, which is the reason why there's some paper peeking out here. But I honestly don't mind that because it's not that big, it's not that problematic. I mean, I can just simply just solve it by going like just pushing it forward like this, and it's no problem. And lastly, also what I plan on using this for is for if I ever go traveling again this year or next year. Probably next year I'll go traveling again. I will definitely be using this as my to-do kind of like slash reminder slash passport holder type case, and it's going to be so helpful. Even like I like to, when I travel, I like to take business cards from like stores I go to, just so I can remember stuff. So I can put that all in here so that they're not like all over the place in my wallet. So that's just another food for thought on how I'm going to also be using this little guy. My boyfriend thinks it's ridiculous that I have this, but I've told him what I'm using this for, and then once I explained to him like what my plans are for this, he actually said, okay, maybe you are getting like a whole lot of use out of this. So it's actually, I highly recommend someone who, you think you don't need this, but you end up being a really busy person, to definitely get like, not necessarily a Louis Vuitton agenda, but like just to get an agenda, or a diary or journal or organizer for yourself. You can get them at Staples for like $10 or whatever, or even more. I don't know, like $20 if you want like a nice leather one, and they'll do just fine. They'll do just as much as this one does. I just got the Louis Vuitton one because I love this print. This is my very first damier graphite, and I actually hopefully I want to get the Keepall 45 in the cobalt blue, I think. And yeah, I mean, this print is so, it's not just for men. I think it's for women also. But anyways, so I'm just gonna end this video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if this has sparked your interest to make your own paper inserts. Please let me know, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thanks everyone, bye bye.